Morning. Happy Sunday. I am so happy that you've joined me again. Today I'm going to be playing with the Love You to Pieces set, which is this one. It comes with a die set, but sadly that is now out of stock and won't be coming back because it's been retired. So I only made one card using the dies. This morning when I noticed that it was gone, I came up with another card so that it won't be quite so crazy as showing you something you can't buy. However, if you place an order with me of $30, I will send you a kit that will allow you to make the cards we're making today, which will include the puzzle pieces, okay? The other thing I'd like to ask you is if you could please share my video, it would really help me. So let me first show you this again. That's the Love You to Pieces set. And here's what we're going to be making today. So this is a very simple one, but quite effective, I think. Then there's this one. Good thing I remembered to turn it around so that the sentiments aren't backwards or mirror images. And the reason why those two are so simple is this card. As you could see, it's got loads of puzzle pieces, a few different colors, just for some fun. So, and I also came up with a better way to make it after I'd made it a couple times. So, in fact, one of the pieces was so bad I threw it out. So let me bring you down. And hopefully, let me just check to see that I've got that right. Not that I've started my video on here yet, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so we'll start with an easy one, right? How about this one? We'll start with this one. Oh, hang on, I've got them out of order. That's that one, that's this one. Okay, so here's the card. I'll put that right there. So I already cut this piece out. I used my favorite shared, well, Stitch Shapes die cuts. Sorry, mine went blank there for a second. So, and I'm using Gorgeous Grape because it is. So, I think I moved that. I think that's where it's supposed to be. So, let's try and stamp this in the middle of this. That's not bad. Then I'm going to put that about there, I think. Yes, and that's not the right piece. Here we go. And so this is how I got this in place. I said, okay, that's where it's going to be. Okay, so about there. Move that out of the way. There we go. And you just go around like that. This helps you, hopefully, keep it where you need it. Oh dear, look, I smudged that. And you know what? It doesn't matter because this is going on top. Haha. Sorry. I'm using myself now. So we need some dimensionals, of course. Doesn't everyone need dimensionals? I think so. So we don't want it to be... Oh, excuse me a minute. I'm just trying to figure out whether you can actually see me properly. I was on the wrong page. Crazy. Remember to turn the volume down, but I was on my test page, which doesn't work very well, does it? Okay. Let's see. So, lots of dimensionals, because I like dimensionals. There we go. And I don't like saggy bottoms, or saggy middles, or saggy anywhere actually. So then you just put this over the smudge. About there, looks right. Yep, there you go. Then I've got some champagne rhinestones, which I'm going to apply. Not with. I think I prefer the pointy bit for this. So let's use some of these. Let's see. I think about there. Escaping. Okay. There. And there we have it. Card number 1. So let's move those out of the way. And move those out of the way. And I do love this tool, by the way, because you've got the pointy end and you've got this, which is incredibly useful if you're lazy. And if you leave your stamps on here, the cling ones, and if you're doing that, you can rip it apart. So I like to use this for when I have forgotten to clean up my stamps, which is why this is usually the thing that is sticking out of the tool. So, right, so that's that. Now, let us move on to this one, which I think is just kind of cute. And it's in Melon Mambo, which I love. So keep moving my things, don't I? Okay, Melon Mambo. Now this one doesn't use dyes at all, but it does use 3 of the stamps from the set, which is good. Let's see, so this one I have found through that you need to apply pressure to the bottom. I kept stamping and this would be not quite right, and so need to be aware of that and apply pressure all over the stamp. And I think that will go about there. And then all we have to do is add a few little hearts. And we're done. This is a card you can make in, what, a couple of minutes, really. So I get my card base, Melon Mamba, which you'll note I had already folded, so I don't have to shake the table. But I did use my wonderful bone folder. So. Put it the right way up would probably be a good idea. I do have a friend who delights in putting them upside down if she's sending it to her sister, because her sister is very anal, and so Tara loves to do it backwards or upside down just to drive her crazy. So there we go, number 2. So we're whizzing right along, but it's going to slow down a bit now. So this card, this is Stitch So Sweetly dies, and these are using the puzzle pieces dies, which, as I said, we can't get anymore, but I can prepare them for you, and you can have some fun putting your puzzle together. Everything is the same size, so it doesn't matter which order you put them in. So, as you probably can't see, yes, I've got a pile of puzzle pieces and some colours too. So what I learned is that I originally tried to do this on I think I've thrown it out already because it was so bad, just on the card base. You think you're straight and it kind of goes a little wonky. So this is what I have decided we'll do instead. I cut a piece, this is just my card base, I cut a piece that is the right size. So all I have to do, yes, is go to the edges, and then it will be fine. We hope. So, the other thing I realised was, rather than trying to glue up one of these, and then you find that you haven't glued this little knobble, I don't know what it's called officially, and so it doesn't work very well. So if you lay down your glue, and this is even better because I know it's going to the edges, so I don't have to worry that I've put glue where there isn't going to be anything. So let's start. So we need a corner piece, so I'll put that right there. Then I think we'll have a colour. Let's have a red. You want to try and make sure that you're slotting it in to here as well as the edge. So let's see, I need some edge pieces. So this is why I decided I would make 2 simple cards, quite apart from the fact that I had to make them this morning because I didn't want to show you lots of puzzle pieces that you can't get, because that just seems crazy. Also seems a little crazy that I carefully cut this out and now I'm putting it back together, but hey. Oh dear. Yeah, left a little piece. Didn't measure it very well apparently. So we can trim that off afterwards. Let's just continue building. Another. feel, being a Brit, I feel that, feel like I'm on Blue Peter, where they would always whip one out and say, here's one I prepared earlier. But that one's off a bit. That might well be where the sentiment's going to go. There we go. And some more of that. I seem to have more corners and everything. And that doesn't seem to have any glue. Let's fix that. Okay. And then need a middle piece. No. No. Where are all the middle pieces? Ooh, I did a lot. There we go. Oop. Time for another colour. There we go. Oh yeah, of course. That was the error. That's definitely where the sentiment's going. Right over there. I think that will be perfect. Right. Another piece here. And a colour for the edge. There we go. Then we have the corner. So this is making me want to go and get the jigsaw puzzle that is under my pool table and actually do it. It's been sitting there for quite a long time. So there we go. And then what do we need next? There we go. There we go. So it's actually a lot less effort than it looks like. I mean, particularly if you have cut it to the right size, which apparently I didn't quite. So let's just solve that problem. A bit better. Good. Wow, I love this trimmer. See, you can take off tiny, 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 tiny pieces. Right, let me put you back straight again. So that's that. Here is our card, but it's kind of an odd shape because actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Why don't I put it up there? No, I think I'll leave it the way it was. So even though this is a bit more, it's a bit heavy, even though this is a normal, a very vanilla card, so you can write on it. I think I will put an insert in it just because the front has now got more layers than I usually do, and it would just make it be a bit more sturdy. The back's a bit, well, actually it's not bad. I might. Right, where are we going to put this? Oh yes, that's interesting. This one had to go in that position too, huh? So what shall we stamp it with? I think the orange, maybe. Shaded spruce. That's the one. I love me some shaded spruce. Don't want to stamp on there. Okay. One piece at a time. Let's see. Is it that? No. Should put that down a bit. Yeah, that's good. It is, of course, a lot easier to stamp and then die cut, but as I've mentioned before, my my die cut machine is in a different room. So this is the Stitch So Sweetly dies, which are available, and there we go. I think it will look perfect right about there. See, you can fix anything. So that's the final card. And just to remind you of the others, there's this one and there's this one. So, as I said, if you would like to place an order with me for 30 bucks, I will send you the things you need to make these 3 cards. And I guess that's about it. But again, if you would share this video, it would be really appreciated. There we go. So, thanks so much for joining me today. It's about the same time as usual, about 25 minutes. I was thinking that this one might have pushed us way over time. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks. Bye.